GPA General Manager John Benavente says he will look into incentives to persuade customers to conserve energy during this current energy crisis. PNC's Tim McHenry has more. Tim?
Thanks, guys. John Benavente, General Manager of GPA, has come up with a series of plans to help GPA overcome the challenges presented by the explosions at Cabbers 3 and 4 a couple weeks ago. One of the future plans, as we covered yesterday, is to move forward with the construction of the combined cycle units. But Benavente laid out 3 other plans: immediate, near-term, and long-term. Here's the story.
4140, most of our units, the youngest unit we have is 17 years old. Okay.
GUAM Power Authority General Manager John Benavente has laid out a series of plans to help GPA keep the lights on during this current energy crisis, which stemmed from the explosions at Cabbers 3 and 4 a couple weeks ago. Benavente on the K57 Breakfast Show with Patty Arroyo laid out what he calls 3 separate plans: an immediate, near-term, and long-term for GPA moving forward. One of Benavente's future plans, however, is to find a way to persuade customers to conserve energy. Here he is.
The next step really is maybe having some incentives. I mean, I'm just not talking about today, but in the future, where we try to shave the peak by providing people incentives to be either cheaper to do your washing or other things early morning.
Benavente says that GPA has laid out an immediate plan, a near-term plan, and a long-term plan for GPA. Here's the breakdown. The immediate plan: Benavente plans to work with the U.S. Department of Defense to activate the Orodi plant and appeal to large customers to get off the grid during peak evening hours, also known as the interruptible load program that we've discussed earlier. Then there's the near-term plan, which has a timeline of about 3 to 6 months. Benavente plans on activating the Dededo CT plants for a possible 40 to 60 megawatts of reserve. Then there's the long-term plan, which has a timeline of 6 months to 1 year, and this includes a new transformer that could take 8 months to deliver, but would provide 40 megawatts of capacity. The possibility to bring back and repair Cabbers 3 for 39 megawatts of capacity is also considered part of Benavente's long-term plan. And as for the future, new capacity such as the combined cycle unit plants and possible incentives for customers to conserve energy. Benavente says that while GPA is making these plans, the grid could experience issues because of how vulnerable the system is. An example is the recent outage Monday night, which affected several villages and was caused by 2 CT units going down. But in terms of load shedding, Benavente says there is a difference between load shedding and a forced outage, which occurred on Monday. Benavente explains the difference to Patty Arroyo.
Load shedding, Patty, will be is when we purposely turn off a feeder.
Okay. As discussed in the first CCU work session, the Dandan Solar Farm has 20 megawatts available for energy usage. Benavente says he will be meeting with the GHRA and the Chamber of Commerce on Friday to discuss the interruptible load program. For PNC News, I'm Tim McHenry.